Hello, thanks for dropping in. David Bradley from the Pet Room. You may have noticed we have another drive here. We're not doing anything with it quite yet. Up here we have drive number 3. Oh dear. I just grabbed a disc by the spot where the disc is. That's not good. Anyway. Okay, this is a copy. This is not what I am after. That is not what I am after. This could be what I'm after. I want to try there we are. Okay, I'm going to deload, if I could type properly. Copy till OK 2. And I gave this drive a whole long time to exercise. In other words, wake up. And it sounds pretty okay. That's catalog D1. Okay. So we're going to run this. And we're going to see if it will copy okay. In the meantime, while we're doing that, we brought another disk drive here. And why are we having trouble? What's with this power cable? Anyway, power cable doesn't want to come, so we'll grab another one. So while that is doing its thing, we'll take this 4040. We'll plug it in. And the power is off. But we've got lots of power here. Oh. Now, first, before we go any further, we'll open this up and have a little look inside. Because as we found the last time, sometimes things can be missing. Anyway, nothing seems to be missing. All the cables are here. So we'll turn it on. And it's making all the right noises. Imagine how glorious it's at. So I am looking inside, and this drive is sounding a little loud. All right, I gotta get the tangs on the inside. And I guess now we gotta wait for this other thing to finish before I can try something. Anyway, at least it works okay. Now somewhere amongst these drives, I don't know which one it is now. I think it might be the one I'm testing now. This one. There'd been an overheating problem. And I tried to find out what was overheating, and I never could figure it out. So my solution was quite simple. A fan. Because I did testing, and it's probably on earlier videos, I'm sure it is, where I would have it set up, and I would have it doing things, and when it fouled up, then I would come back. I had it set up that when there was errors, it would basically summon me, and then I would turn on the fan, that I already had inside the drive, and within a few seconds it would work again. At least I think it was this one. We'll find out soon enough. Maybe this is one I should send away to Rudy, of Rudy's Retro Intel, and say, Rudy, what's wrong? Because I know it's just one thing, and I'm pretty sure I changed all the chips and such, and I did do something. I changed something on the board. I don't remember what it was. I don't. But anyway, we'll see if this one screws up. I mean, there's one of them out there. And for me, if I had a drive that works, and it means that I just have to have a fan inside and have it go on, I'm cool with that. I am. So this is copying D0 to D1. Actually, I haven't had this fan on for quite some time. Perhaps I should check it. I did get this fan at... Oh, okay. Huh. I was thinking it's not working. But it's working. And it's not a really big fan. It's not a really powerful fan. But it's okay. It works. I got it, of course, at a thrift store. And you know, even just for me sitting here, although it has a tendency to turn on the table, it has its own unofficial rotation. Yeah, it's getting kind of loud on the table there. It's oscillating on its own. Maybe if I put it up here, it will. Oh, now it's running away across the disk drive. Yes, it's running away. I guess if I was going to have this inside of a drive, it's still running away. I was thinking that that cord might stop it. Maybe it will. It's still running away, little by little by little. Well, that is enough of that. It works. It's good. And this drive did its thing. It copied everything. It's okay. So, I guess as we're doing these things, I'm going to leave this one on to see if it starts to foul up. I will undo the IEEE cable. Oh. I will connect it down here and screw it in some. Except I think maybe the screw thing is partially missing on that drive. Anyway, so I'll turn it on or off, as the case may be. I'll take 2 discs. Stick them inside. Will we request a catalog? And we have a catalog. So, it seems okay. Well, I suppose one way to find out is to type in run and see if it wants to copy things. So this is going on quite well. Although I've got to get at the pile to get that one lonely drive that I can take apart and find out if I can help this one. Mind you, I suppose what I can do at any point is I could just swap a drive out and then deal with this other drive later. I could. Anyway, this one is sounding good. It's making all the right noises. It could use a little cleaning. It has some tape marks on the top. But the lights are turning. The drive is spinning. I'm thinking I should look around over here for my other box of discs. Ooh, to see about an experiment of sorts. Yes, I have more discs. And I'm thinking that what I may do is grab an IEEE cable. Is this a IEEE to IEEE cable? It is. I'm thinking what I might do. There we are. Kind of like in the old days at the TPUG office. Would be to connect two of these drives together and then set them in motion. Copying the same sort of disk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And how will I get two of these? Well, I'll have two of them right here. I shall. Now, I cannot. Well, I could probably disconnect that cable at this moment. Well, that should be the right. Is that the right way? Yes, that's the right way. Let's screw this cable onto this upper drive, which is still on. I'll wait for this other one to stop. You know, another thing I could do on this thing, and I think I will change it and do it and add it because that's how programs evolve. I could have it put the time up. As it's copying to tell me how long it's been. As long as I don't look to the drive status first, because then it would not do it. This is a funny thing. So here are two blank, three. Oh, there's an envelope. Two blank discs. Don't go away. So the idea here is to connect these drives together and have them not actually work together. Although, you know, I could try. I tried doing the copy all program from drive 8.0 to drive 8.1, and it seemed to work, but it didn't. So maybe I could try from 8.0 to 9.0. I could, but for the moment, I just want to try to connect these together like in the old days at the TPUG office. I don't know the most we ever had hooked up. That was quite a few. Oh, okay, we're done. All done. All done. Now, I'll hook this cable on. I thought there might be issues. Okay, it's on. I don't know if this is actually screwing in, but it's on. So the idea now would be to take this disc, which is a copy of that disc, and put it in there. Now, when I put in catalog D0, both drives should fly into life, and they should both find discs. They should, and they did. But, before I run the program out, I'm going to do a backup D0 to D1. Oops. Backup D0 to D1, and they're away. And we'll see. This is indeed like we used to do. One machine, it was actually a Commodore 64, connected through some IEEE interface most of the time. At least that's where I remember it. And with a Comrex monitor. 1701 to 1702 weren't out yet. And we will see. Anyway, it's encouraging to find these drives working and alive. It is. There are more. Like just over back here. Oh. Alright. So the actual backup has started. Back here, over here, just over here, away over there, in a chair, there's two more dual drives. There are. I believe one is a 2040, the other is an 8050. But in the other room, there are many, many more. Many, many more. But everything sounds okay here. So far, so good. I know watching these copies is not terribly exciting, but at least it is working. Now if I was really daring, I'd grab another IEEE cable. Maybe this newfangled one. This was one I ordered, oh, I don't know, and within the last few years, and it's, what do we got? We done? Okay, we don't have any air lights. We'll do catalog. Look at that. Alright, now what I can do, oh, if I am daring, is I can take this IEEE cable, that I got not that long ago, and it should fit on. It should, excuse me. Oh, I guess it's on. And then I should be able to put this one down here. And it should too go on. Now we are 3. All right, let's see here. Oh, what happened there? All right, this one. Oh, I know what's happened. I stole a cable out of that. Of course it's not going to work. Of course it won't work. Stand by 1 moment. So I will, with great care, pick this drive up. Oh. Well, cable is kind of short. Oh. Put this one over here. I'll open this one up. Oh yeah. This cable is also wrapped in old tape. It's funny, I do not remember taking a cable out of any drive for anything. But, you know, things happen. All right. Now, I turn this on. Now things are happy. Okay. So how are we doing here? There's that little short cable. I think if I'm going to do this, I'll do it all in this stack. Okay. So, are we on? We're on. We're on. We're on. We should have in drive 0 3 identical disks. And we do. All right. So let's go over to our disk box. Yeah. Okay, we got things open. We will issue the backup D0 to D1 command. And we'll do like in the old days. We'll go 1. Down the line we go. And actually, this is how we would make master disks. Things are copying. Things are working. Because I don't remember how many masters we made. I tend to think we might have had as many as 10, 40, 40s, maybe 12 on the go. So we would make, typically we'd have that many masters. In case we did have to make a whole bunch of something, we could in one go. Whoosh. I think we did. Okay, and you can tell by the noise. Oh, we're hearing something funny going on here. We have an error. Boom. But the rest are still working. Now this is a brand new disk. Never been used, who knows? Who knows what happened there? That we will see. Maybe we'll run it again. And when this is done, there is a way, and we would do this, of course, is the way to check actually every directory is open all the other drives and just ask for catalog D1, and it'll give you the one that it can find, and the rest, they don't care. It'll say, no, can't do it. The things are cooking. It is like old times. If you saw, there was an old film that was found of me from like 40 years ago or so. I can't remember the name now. I'll have to find. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay, so we're going to catalog D1, and this one, of course, is unhappy, but then the others will come up. All right, I will do just D1 on this one. The others will be unhappy. I'll get over it. Up it will come. I will do D1. The other ones will be upset. They will get over it. Up it will come. Now, open this one and try this one, and I'm sure it's going to come up with that funny little squirrely, like, I didn't format right, and I don't know what's wrong with you. Yep, exactly. Okay. Well, you know what we're going to do? Actually, this is another thing we sometimes do. Swap disks. Now, if I was really in the midst of copying things that needed to go out, I would at least take one good one out of there. Probably I'd take both good ones out. Anyway, whatever. Back up D0 to D1. Ready? And away they go. So right now, of course, these three disks are being formatted. And we will see if there are errors to be had. But so far, we're doing okay. And do we hear any chattering? We do not hear any chattering. Oh. Nope. One of them sounds a little louder than some of the others, but they seem to be doing okay. Remember, this is not copying files, this is copying tracks and sectors. So the disk will end up exactly the same as the one that it came from. Tracks and sectors. And so far, everything seems to be okay. One thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go to the hardware store and try and find some replacement bolts to, because most of these do not have the things, and the little tangs, they try and stay on the outside and they should go on the inside. It's better, especially with shipping and other things, that everything be secure and be as it would be. And poof, almost within a second, we're done. And indeed, it worked. So I guess what I might as well do, and I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll find out. I'm going to run this program that should do everything as in copying back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. First, of course, it will format the output disk, and then it will issue the copy D0 to D1 command. And I can hear it. They're almost clicking along at the same rate. All right. And almost exactly on cue, things are happening. Lights are flashing. Now, will it be at exactly the same timing on the lights? No, probably not, because they're all doing their thing. That's what they're doing. But they do all seem to be happy. And this disk is not completely full, but it's pretty full. But I think typically before each one was taking in the vicinity of just a hair under 6 minutes to go. I think. Anyway, we will see. I remember years ago when we were running the Bradley Brothers bulletin board system in my grandmother's back room, people would come in and we'd have the lights off. And all you would see is the drives and the lights flickering and the modem flickering and other things. And they just say, ooh, I remember this one guy said, ooh, it's NATO or NORAD or something. And of course, what's happening right now is these are all device 8. I am tempted to see about changing the device number and try and copy all. But I think that will be for another day. I think. Anyway, lights are flashing. Life is good. Brings back memories, although it was rare that we ever used the copy command when making disks to mail out. Not that it didn't happen. It does indeed sound like OneDrive is having issues. It could be not the reading writing, it just sounds a little noisier on the spinning. We shall see. Oh. And then, of course, in schools, a lot of times they would always they didn't want to have a disk drive for every machine, so they would have a disk drive for 6 or whatever, and in would come all the various things, like the batteries included Arbiter, and the ComSpec made a thing. What was Arbiter? There was MicroShare. All these things to allow one drive to service more than one computer, because most people didn't have programs that were writing all over the place and doing things. They just needed to be able to save programs, and kids could go and do it, but also it had to be so that the bus could be, when somebody was saving something, it would hold off and not crash and let other people do their thing at the appropriate time. Dee-dee-dee-dee-doo. There was other names. MicroShare, Arbiter. Muppet. Muppet was another one. And then, of course, there was, I believe, with the C-Link for the Commodore 64. I think it had some built-in something that if you just had those plugged in to 64s, that it would do the similar thing with OneDrive. Oh, are we finished? No, we're not finished. So I thought one had done. But we are not finished. Not yet. Almost. All done. 5 minutes, 30 seconds. So let's see. What catalog? D1. Catalog. D0. Yep. All good. So we have 6 copies of the same disc. Do we need those? All those copies of the same disc? No, not really, but we are experimenting. So perhaps what I will do is I will list this program, and maybe I want this to torture a while longer. I'm always worried about torture tests because things can go bad. So what do we have here? If print the catalog. If ds is not equal to 0, then error. Yeah, if ds equals 0, then go to 70. Go to 70, okay. I think I would like to do this like 10 times. So maybe what I need to do is make a slight alteration here. I will make this thing where it checks the error status. If ds is equal to 0, then go to 70. When it goes to 70, then it says it's all done. But if I don't, then it prints, it catalogs, etc., and then if p is less than 10, it'll go to 5. And p is the counter on how many times it runs through this. So if I now type in run, this should now torture these drives and have it do this 10 times, which will take about an hour. Certainly we're not going to sit here for an hour. So I think I'm going to let it do that and see what things happen, because still, I think one of these drives is the one that will heat up and have issues. And while this is doing that, I might just go to the pet room, not the pet room, I'm in the pet room, the pool room, and see about rescuing more things out of there. Perhaps. But I've got to, it's a constant thing of having to move one thing to move another thing. Okay. We're into the copying stage. Like, there's a whole lot of drives in there, and they stack nicely. But of course, the pool table is full, but not as full as it was because some of these drives were on there. So I think I might make a stack of 1541s tonight, because I want to get out the dual drives. Remember, I want to find another drive that I can tinker with for this one and find out what's what. One that is perhaps in a drive that would be deemed for parts. Although right now this is for parts. I'm going to have to find another one of those ribbon cables. Although I don't think ribbon cables are that tough, and if I had to use one that wasn't the right one, that was maybe a little bigger, as long as it's plugged in right. You know. Anyway, so these are going to be tortured, and I am going to get back to collecting disk drives. So thanks for coming to the pet room, which is now very reminiscent of the T-Pug mailroom from long ago, so long ago. But that's another story. Bye for now.